the belt's not mattering. I agree. I just want to hear this about Tank.
These guys.
Okay,
I like that. He didn't play Killer. Come on, Keyshawn.
Okay, this is asking who the best.
Second part of the question that Nation's talking about you and Shakur, and you just said y'all want to fight each other. But let me ask you this: do you think your skill level is up to par with his skill level?
I think I'm the best in boxing.
Come on, Keyshawn. Of course, you, Keyshawn. Your skill level is up to Shakur's skill. Come on, man. Come on, man.
They played in that bad face. So Mr. Incredible, is his skill level up there with Shakur's?
No. I think he's like he's got like exceptional like world class like talent. Like he got pound for pound talent for sure. But when you compare the two, like Shakur is like probably the best on the planet defensively and what he does. What Keyshawn does, he's not the best on the planet at what he does. We got to see him against
Yeah,
better
you're right, because
opposition.
Benavidez does it better.
Yeah, I got to see him against better opposition. He does get better every fight, though. I will give him that. Every fight, he gets better.
Jermaine Ortiz is pretty much right underneath of top level. Like Jermaine Ortiz is like B or B plus. So I mean,
yeah, but De Los
that's
Santos,
not nothing that we could just brush over. That was a great fight, great win.
De Los Santos would have been that stamp. Like if he would have gotten
did that to De Los Santos, then I'm sorry.
that would have raised questions for that Shakur fight.
You know what? Let me read this comment real quick. I think he has a deeper offensive skill, but I think Shakur mastered his specific craft more. Exactly. I was thinking about that earlier today. Like Shakur, just somebody who has a unique style, and he's mastered his style. Like boxing, like if you look at the greats, none of them fight alike. So it's about having a style and mastering your style and knowing how to train your style. So it's just about having an understanding. But what you said, bro, Mr. Incredible, really is crazy. Like I don't think you realize how crazy your statement is. If this man would have fought De Los Santos and stopped him, then people it wouldn't take Mace and Cameron. The public would have been like, oh, he better than Shakur. Just like that. They'd be like, oh, he better than Shakur. Like
I think they would have said he was the man. It would have meant work. It would have been work
because
more.
De Los Santos is A-level talent, and anybody who really know boxing, they know that.
He's duck, bro. He's the most duck guy at 135.
Yeah,
nobody wants to fight him.
Over.
He could still go down and do it, but he don't even bring that man name up.
No, I'm saying, but he's in Zuffa boxing now. De Los Santos, so it's over.
Nah, for real?
Yeah,
he signed with them?
Yeah, but it is what it is. And no pun intended. But let's get back to this interview. Let's see something.
So you're really out of your brain right now. But I would go as far as saying, realistically, there's only 2 fights that can make you him. And these 2 fights are the only 2 fights that can make you him. You can beat up a lot of people, Keyshawn, but it's going to boil down to these 2 fights. And I want to be on the record about this. It's going to boil down to Shakur, and it's going to boil down to Javante. I don't think it's humanly possible to really stand, and speak in third person consistently without those 2 fights. Those are the 2 fights that matter to the casuals, right? I'm representing the casuals. What do you think?
Mace fights about representing the casuals. But anyway, really, the public don't really care for Shakur and Keyshawn fight. Like you were saying, like it's not an interesting fight. If you really into boxing, like me, I would love to see something like that. But the Tank fight and the Keyshawn fight, that's a huge fight. And the fact that the man disrespects Tank, calls him a midget, say Tank. He about to say it in this interview, like Tank already know what happened in the sparring and stuff like that. Like he was just dog Tank. He said Tank too small. And you know what's crazy? Keyshawn is got Lamont Roach size and probably got his strength, but he's more of an aggressor. So like, and Lamont was extremely aggressive, but Keyshawn is more of an aggressor with the hands. Like he has more combinations and speed and more athleticism than Lamont. So maybe Keyshawn is on to something. What are your thoughts?
You know what? I don't really like talking about Tank, but since we're talking about hypotheticals,
They said he's coming back 2026. So
we'll see. They always talk about something, and every couple months he's always in some bull. But if he's focused and take fighting Keyshawn, it could be the biggest fight of the year, easily the biggest fight of the year.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is the thing about Tank. Tank's style got a bunch of holes that a lot of casuals, they will never be able to see because they are idolaters. But I talked about it in a video that I did on YouTube, but Tank and Ray Robinson, they kind of have a lot of similarities, like the way they loop their punches, the way they look for the knockouts and stuff, the way they have elite athleticism, and the way that they start to depend on their power. So they'll wait, they'll do a lot of holding, a lot of walking backwards and waiting to get a knockout. And when a knockout doesn't come, they're liable to get outboxed. But the thing with Ray Robinson is when Ray got in there with top level opposition, a lot of times he had to get the knockout because he'd be losing on points. Kind of like when Tank was fighting Barrios or when he was fighting Lamont Roach. If he fight Keyshawn, Keyshawn offense and all that, and I almost skipped over the point, Ray Robinson will get in situations where he'd be willing to die. Like Ray'd be cut, like a deep cut, and he'd go out there and get the stoppage, or he'd be in a war and he'd get knocked down, he'd get up and stop a guy. He done that multiple times in his career. I don't think Tank got that type of heart because Tank be fighting scared, like he's scared of what could happen. And Ray Robinson said himself, he said, one thing that he don't respect is a man with no heart. Like you can't be in a boxing game and be trying to be cautious. It's just impossible. Like, because that means you're not gonna be giving it your all. You're gonna be too hesitant. And I've seen that in Tank's performances where it's like, this guy ain't really trying to go for the gusto. As he got older, now when he was younger, he seemed like a crash out in there, which is what you need. But the older he gets, the more he's thinking about the money and maintaining it and family and all that. He not really that same guy, bro. Rakim says, I'll take Key over Tank right now because Tank haven't been focused. Oh, hold on. Keyshawn haven't been focused, so.
I like Tank's, like, I do think a lot of people do overrate him, but he is one of the most naturally talented boxers alive right now,
Yeah,
active.
facts.
But
Facts. That's
but
why I like go ahead and I'm gonna say my point afterwards.
I I just don't like, the one thing that I don't like is like I don't like his inside fighting. It's like almost non-existent.
Yeah, all he does put that's a stylistic flaw by his coaches, and that's
And
why
I
I be
don't
telling people about them Upton fighters, like they fight too aggressive. They put dudes in a tire and just have them bang it out, the tire drill. But even when you're in a tire, you still supposed to be working on defensive moves, not just who hits harder. That's like this
yeah,
Mexican style bull.
I
That's
don't
why he lost to Roach.
also go ahead.
No, I was just saying
I
that's
was
why he lost to Roach.
there's only one more other thing that I see that is like limits like him being the best, like top top 10 all time. This is punching volume. He don't punch enough.
Stopping him. Can't nobody beat me. So your point, if you want to talk about fighters, I'm throwing out Devin Haney, like, and they been going crazy on the beat. You know what I'm saying?
No, I really like that idea.
I feel like when I stop Devin Haney,
Devin Haney's going to give you the props of I'm just keeping it a stack with you. Devin Haney will not mean as much as a win over those other two names. I don't want to say their names because we're not focused on
stopping him though.
Yeah, but if you stop him, Ryan almost stopped him.
Almost.
But you'll be fighting him after somebody damaged him.
All right, so May said a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff. Here's the thing. Keyshawn not stopping Devin. Ryan bigger than Keyshawn. Ryan was on PDs and couldn't stop Devin. Devin got too much heart and too much conditioning. So even if you were to beat him, you're not going to stop him, but you're not going to beat him in a boxing match. So I think you would have to stop him. I think it's a lose-lose, and you're not going to beat him on a judge's scorecard because you don't sell like Devin sells. And Devin don't sell that much, but he sells more than you. So I don't know. But Keyshawn could prove me wrong and stop Devin, and that would do a lot for his name. But I agree with Mace. It's not going to have the impact of him beating Shakur or Tank. Because at this point, because of what happened to Devin, and just because of Devin's style, like Devin don't have a fan-friendly style at all. So people will look at Shakur and Tank as being higher level combatants than Devin.
I think Devin beats Keyshawn's ass.
Yeah, it's potential that because of that size
and that reach, and also I think Devin be punching. I think he could punch a lot harder, but his mechanics are not that good.
His mechanics are bad, and his mentality is bad because him and Shakur, they grew up studying a 36-year-old man. Imagine you at the end of your career, and you know where what you used to be, but some young kid is coming up and admiring you, idolizing you, and he's studying your films of you when you old. Like for instance, when I first got into boxing, I'm start watching Sugar Ray Robinson and some of his best performances, but the best thing that they got on this man on camera for the most part is when he 35, 36, 37, and he still looks amazing, but it's a bunch of holding. Now, when you watch him when he's young, the little bit of clips that they got, bro, them fights would be over so quick. He knocked one of them white boys out, everybody go home. But he ain't had to do all the holding. So if you watching him and you're not smart and aware of the fact that you're not supposed to be doing all that holding as a 20-year-old, you're gonna be doing excessive clinching, thinking that you boxing, thinking that you doing what Sugar Ray Robinson was doing, not realizing Ray was doing that because he was an old ass man out of shape. He was women during the training camp. You're not supposed to be holding that much. You feel me? So that's how Shakur and Devin handicapped themselves in their development, because it's like they watched too much of an old man. They should have been watching Floyd when he was in his peak, pretty boy, and they would have been, their mentality would have been different. They would have looked more like a Caramel Moulton coming out.
Especially Devin. And if you look at the post fights from everybody that he fights, they don't be getting out of there looking clean. Like they say, pillow
Devin
fits,
be really,
but
like
them all
Devin
be lumped
natural
up.
power because of his size. If he actually knew how to use his size, he'd be knocking dudes out. But his punch mechanics, they really poor for him to be on the level he's at. But that goes to show you, I always tell people this: you don't have to look good at what you're doing. If you work hard, you will see results. It's just that people, they're lazy. Like, they don't even realize they're lazy. Like, they think they're working hard and they really won't be. But you have to really give it your all. You will see results.
That's different. He just has one of his greatest performances. There's some damage there. We saw Roy Jones. We saw the best of him. After that damage is a different fighter. You know this. Come on, this is boxing.
Okay, let's talk about
Now,
let's
we talking about the two.
Let's talk about the dude. Yeah, let's talk about the dude. Because you know I'm gonna fight you. Let's talk about the dude.
All right.
You don't want to fight me, bro. Bro is about tall as that damn desk right there.
All right. So he said Tank don't want to fight him. I agree. I mean, this man has disrespected Tank on multiple occasions. So I think that he's right. Like, Tank has never really talked about fighting Keyshawn. And Tank, we know he ducked the Shakur smoke. Tank talking about Pitbull. He don't want to rematch Roach. It's like, I don't think Tank was prepared to have to actually fight fights where he can get knocked out when he was thinking about, being the next Floyd. Like, I think he saw the money and the fame and all that, but he understand that Floyd really was in situations where he could have got his brains mushed up, because he was going up against the best people in the world. And a lot of people, when they see the money, they be hating on Floyd, not realizing that Floyd got in there with people that could unalive you. Floyd got in there with people that could take you out of this world with one punch. He did it routinely to beat a man. We haven't seen nobody do that since Ali. Only difference is Floyd was smart enough not to try to go to war every fight against top level opposition. Sometimes you have to box to maintain your health.
My thing is, why didn't he say his name?
No, he just saying, they just trying to be like, I ain't gonna talk about that dude. I really don't want to talk about him right now. But since you asked him, be trying to, you know what I mean? These young minded, bro. You know how niggas.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Be watching this. What would you say to him?
Bro, I was cool with you too. Like, say, like a mental health joke about me. So I don't really respect you for real. But you can fight, bro. You can fight, but since I was 16 and you was like 20 something when you started, you already knew what type of time I was on. And now that I'm in this position and I'm all grown up now. If you ever would give me a chance, bro, to fight you, just be ready, bro, because I'm not one of those people you've been picking on, bullying that you could beat. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever do want to fight me, which I think you're not going to fight me because just be ready, bro. I'm not playing with you. Ain't you get stopped. You know what happened last time you sparred? You get stopped, bro.
What happened last time y'all sparred?
She asked him.
All right. What happened the last time they sparred? Remember when Frank Martin was on that? Frank Martin said, I hit him with that left. Frank Martin was going to tell a tall tale. Like, he hit Tank with a left from hell. Had Tank in there holding on for dead life. Tank was about to be knocked out. And Tank said, you hit me with a good shot. That was it. Frank Martin said the whole gym exploded. So I don't know, man. Then Frank got in the fight and that left wasn't there. So what you think, Mr. Incredible? What happened in the sparring, bro?
She probably got him with a good shot. Sparring is sparring. It's different when you under them lights.
My whole thing is, if you ain't dropping, like, I was joking with one of the boys I be sparring, and when I first came in the gym, they wasn't familiar with me. So I dropped him with a body shot. And then when I came back after not fighting, after not training, after my fight, I was resting. Me and him sparred, and he like, he did all right because it's my first day back. My timing wasn't where it was supposed to be. He was like, oh, yeah, I got better. Da, 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 da. And he talking, and I was like, I said, yeah, you hit me some shots, but I ain't go down. I said, nah, I'd have got you, but you said it was low, but it really was. He said, no, it wasn't low. He said, you're right. But my point is, unless you dropping somebody, I don't think it's really like it don't mean nothing. Like unless you dropping somebody with them 16s on, like how Boots did Brian Norman, to where now you know what, I'm not even gonna fight him. It don't really mean nothing, bro.
He should have
Like
said that. Bringing that up wouldn't really meant nothing. Like he should have been
because
like,
he ain't really
I
say
not
what
that
happened.
man. Unless he signed the NDA, then he should have said, I dropped his ass. Ask him to show the video straight
Yeah.
up. He should have just said, because you bringing that, you really just saying that for nothing. It's not like, whatever, whoop-de whoop. I'm saying this, like it's hearsay. Like just say what happened. Don't ask him. You think Tank gonna tell you? He just gonna say, man, blah blah blase. He ain't
No,
really do anything.
Tank gonna say, my name always in their mouth.
Some
Tank
boy,
gonna shit
and then
like
he,
that. What else they gonna talk about? I'm not here. What else they gonna talk about?
Look, you and Abdullah made so much a thing one time. Y'all was going back and forth. Why did that kind of die down? I ain't gonna lie, like, back then in June, like, I was out of it, you know what I'm saying? So I always say this, I pushed up on, not pushed up on, do a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like, it's boxing, it's sport, you know what I'm saying? But I could have did it in another tone, you know what I'm saying? Just another tone. So I'm gonna put that out there, you know what I'm saying? I take accountability for that. But why did it die down? I feel like the people, the fans see that he's still young, and the fans see that he's just not at that level yet. And it's like, if I fight him now, it's like me kind of like picking on a little kid. Now, I can fight him now. And he signed up.
You feel like fighting Abdullah Mason is fighting a kid?
I would stop Abdullah, bro. How many times he get hit, bro? You think you gonna keep taking these?
nah, he cooked with that one. I think he'll stop Abdullah bad.
Look, man, Abdullah, I ain't gonna lie. The reason why I would pick him to lose is because you was on stage with Keyshawn. He was talking crazy to you. You was talking about I don't want to talk to him anymore. That was the lamest I've ever seen, bro. If a nigga talking crazy to me and we trying to market our next fight, bro, I'll jack your ass up on. Like they was right next to each other. Bro, I would have grabbed that man with both hands, jacked him up, and was like, we could do it right now. You're not about to, come on, bro. You're not about to punk me in front of all these people.
He don't operate like that. He an asset. He under control.
Yeah, but nah, bro. Hey, what's the asset? You know what I mean? They ain't no excuse. That MK Ultra hoe. Some of them assets still got balls, man. You know what I mean? Tupac was an asset. You can't just like certain people.
Keyshawn.
Yeah, Keyshawn. Like Keyshawn to crash out, bro. They got it. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's no way that you let a man say all of that. Like, we can get it on. What's up? What's up with me and you? He right in your face. And you talking about, I don't talk to him anymore.
Yeah, I never really seen anything like that.
I like the mental aspect. I believe in the mental aspect of boxing. Like,